Hello everyone and welcome to another Matt Watches. Today we have another cheesy spectacular. It was actually a number of years late in the release for some unknown reason I've yet to be unable to dig up. But we're going to give you a movie that goes by two names. It's known as both Monstrosity as well as The Atomic Brain. It was most popularly known as The Atomic Brain, mostly due to the fact that that was also the version that was made fun of by Mystery Science Theater. I've only seen that particular episode once, so I should hopefully not be repeating any of their jokes. But yes, it's a strange movie. From what I recall of it, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't exactly perfect either. So, in either case, we're in for some cheese factor, and the fact that it was originally made in the 50s and didn't release until the 60s means it must be a special kind of cheese. So, let's watch, shall we?
Can death be outwitted?
Maybe.
Is the secret of eternal life just around that corner?
Yes, you just ripped Death's
Today,
nipples
medical
off.
science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain?
I don't think so.
Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in
Grim
the
Warning,
ancient
which is,
tales are
it's
told
going
of
to take a
blood-sucking
really damn
vampires
long time before that
crawling
ever
out of
happens.
graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities?
Highly
Worse than the
unlikely.
vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power...
Vampires of legend?
really
What, you're going to
buy
turn that
or
girl into a
steal the living
vampire?
bodies of the
So
young
she's
and
going to be
beautiful,
sucking
so their
on
brains
soy
may live on
and
forever?
sparkling in the sunlight?
Such questions may seem fanciful. But
As
this very
fanciful as you're
moment,
constantly
scientists are
mentioning
working on the
vampires.
answer to brain transplantation. And human bodies are used. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday.
Yes.
Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen. By Dr. Otto Frank.
And we made sure to put special
and brought
things
to
in the
this
right
hidden
places
laboratory.
so not to show
He
the
has
audience
grafted a living
anything.
animal's brain into this newly dead body. If the experiment works, the next step will be the transplantation of a human brain. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron.
Yeah, kind of doubt that. I'm gonna kill the man with the pan flute.
Has he found the way to outwit death? Or has he created another?
Whoa. I'm not sure why we need an orchestra sting there for Monstrosity, other than the fact that this is the alternate title. Meanwhile, in dull dark gray, gargoyles and the like I can understand, but why statue deer? I believe this is a graveyard, is it not? I may be mistaken, it's an underground parking garage, in which case,
Below,
why any animals
Dr.
at all?
Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue
Oh,
without
it's supposed to be a
another
vault? How nice.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatchers, just his usual nip.
The old bottle. Here, hide that dumpy on it, kid. Know how you fountain kids get. I was killed by a cheap monster without any real prosthetics
Inside
at
the
all.
vault, a body waits.
The body waits. Some other dimension, apparently, though. Oh.
This is one of the doctor's mistakes, a monstrosity. An animal's brain grafted to a human body. Leaving the dead watchman, the monstrosity carried the girl's body out of the vault. It fears and obeys one master, Dr. Frank.
Dr. Frank. Now watch door frame. Oh, you broke the body. Try not to maul the fake deer, please. Let's get going. Just barely enough room for a body here. Go, go. Come on. Duh, can I go walkies? Not now. Go! God, this music. You know, if you didn't want to bore people to sleep, you might want to pick some different music, 1950s and 60s. Look at us go, vroom. Slower than Scion in League of Legends when he has a slow on him. Good grief. No, they're getting slower. What are we supposed to be looking at?
Here beneath the old mansion, the doctor carefully prepared for another transplant. This body had been in the vault for only a few hours. Chances seemed better this time. Still, Dr. Frank was doubtful. Tissue in dead bodies deteriorates rapidly. Where were the live, fresh bodies he'd been promised? He bitterly resents that every step forward depends on the whim of a miserly old woman brooding upstairs in her bedroom.
Brooding with booze.
And Hetty March wonders, has she been a fool, squandering money on this strange experiment? Money hoarded through a long, greedy lifetime, each day more money, each day death getting closer. Ah, but to start life again in a brand new body, beautiful and young, no price can be too high for that. Can she really trust the doctor? Can she really trust anyone? Hasn't everyone tried to cheat her? Wanting her money while they smiled at her ugliness? But they never got a penny. Oh, how she made them sweat.
Oh,
Especially
yes.
this.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. The narrator's getting into this.
How many
too
years
much.
she kept
Just
him
hold.
dangling on promises. Well, sometimes it's convenient to have a man, especially when he comes cheaper than servants.
That the Austrian girl?
Lionel Rhodes, 18, no family, pleasing personality, whatever that might mean.
No.
Thick ankles, pimply face, but she always smiles when she's spoken to, very likely.
Well, application forms for a servant girl don't usually include bust, waist, and hip measurements. All three will be here tomorrow, and then you can choose.
Early this evening at Greenhaven Cemetery, the body snatchers brutally murdered night watchman Robert Payne, 62, who evidently interrupted his killers during their ghoulish task. His neck was broken. The imprint of a huge pair of hands was found on his throat. It's the opinion of the police that the same gang that has previously...
Ring for Dr. Frank.
No. Despite the fact that he gets away without being caught. Oh, the humanity. I shall not be bothered in the middle of an experiment. We're dipping another nude girl into the bathtub. Wapataki, you're the one. You just changed your headgear, I swear. Not to mention he's wearing a rubber saggy diaper. It looks real dumpy looking. Again, I guess nuclear protective suits weren't exactly in fashion back then either, too, so, yeah. Oh, I come to bother you and pester you while you're in the middle of your work. Oh.
More of it, hocus pocus, Eddie.
The doctor transplanted a brain from a live dog to a dead human body. You saw the creature walk out of that cylinder alive.
How many failures since then? Still, it's your money. The bodies must be fresh. This specimen is excellent.
And the police are looking for the body snatcher.
Why the local cemetery, Doctor? Are you trying to blaze a trail to our door?
The final test was essential for your protection. As for the police, if they come here, I hit this switch, a nuclear reaction is set off. Close the circuit breaker, and in a matter of minutes, this house and any evidence it might contain becomes a radioactive hole in the ground.
Be careful.
We can wait for that until after your operation.
Well, nothing must go wrong.
So, in other words, our villains of this piece actually have a get away scot-free plan because there'd be no evidence. Well, other than the radioactive hole in the ground. But, yeah, I guess they could never really actually pin them for the grave robberies. What was that with that woman's face? Ooh. Oh, she woke up.
Lacks but one thing. The brain. Pons was still living when he was dragged from that wrecked car. That's why we succeeded with the transplant.
She seems alive.
She is, to a limited extent. She'll be able to move around, but the brain deterioration is too extensive for thought processes.
I want pudding. So we'll just kill her and put her back. Oh, wait. The yellow zone is for loading and unloading only. And here comes about 2 to 3 loads. What's with the zany music? Nothing really zany other than the really out-of-date clothing going on around here.
Say, pardon me, but how far is Hollywood from here?
Nice
All right,
earrings.
let's see.
Jesus.
16 kilometers, about 10 miles. Which way?
What?
That
Why?
way.
What? Why?
Are you going to Hollywood? No such luck. I'm what's known as a foreign domestic. For the next 12 months, I'll be scrubbing floors and making beds. But when my time's up, Hollywood will look out. That's strange. A foreign domestic agency paid my passage, too. I'm from Vienna, Austria. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm from England. No. Is this your first trip? Yes. I'm awful excited.
Por favor. I know speak English very good.
our three supposed heroines. Not like they really do much during the movie, sadly.
Are you going to work for Mrs. March, too?
This sounds like a sister act.
You, too?
Nina Road,
Yes, sir.
Anita Gonzalez. Beatrice Mullins, eh?
That's right. Are you Mr. March?
No, I work for Mrs. March. Come along.
No, but I work for the Misses.
3 new bodies, fresh, lithe, young bodies. No families or
This
friends
never
within
should have
thousands
been
of
much
miles.
better
No
if it
one to
was
ask
done by
embarrassing
Vincent
questions when they
Price.
disappear.
But the never is okay, I guess. Other than the fact that he pops up way too often.
Victor wondered which one Mrs. March would pick. The little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, or the buxom blonde. Victor knew his pick, but he still felt uneasy. Making love to an 80-year-old woman in the body of a 20-year-old girl is insanity. Still, Hetty's plan to transfer her fortune to the new body had been brilliant. Unpleasant to think of what was going to happen to these girls, but a man has to consider his own future. What would happen to him if Hetty were to cast him off after all these years?
And we're going to recycle some of that footage from earlier.
Warm welcome, they hang out.
Well, there's your new home, girls.
Gives me the shivers. Aren't there any neighbors?
Nope.
Are there any other servants?
No, but I don't think you're going to find it boring.
And I believe they borrowed this bit of the soundtrack from Night of the Living Dead. This pointless blackened person shot in the middle of nowhere for no discernible reason. And we're recycling this shot too. And that shot. Oh, here's a new shot. About time. Enjoy the sight of the cat.
What a jolly little place this is.
Jolly little place, oh yes. God, I thought my British accents were a little over the top.
What was that?
No one's to leave this house without permission. Now, hurry along. Hurry up. Now go.
Hurry up, now go. Why did the black-haired Mexican girl just freak out? I don't know, just get going. Did we mention we have a pet servant orc? Don't bother the orc.
Put down your luggage.
Put down your luggage. Actually, she does sound like a female Dracula. That's kind of odd. Apparently, she got a part in Mary Poppins. I'm not sure what part, though.
Turn round. Slowly. Get the doctor. Get the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
As with the other bodies stolen from cemeteries, the nerve endings of the brain were too far gone to receive a proper transplant. The experiment had failed to produce anything more than a walking, breathing, zombie-like creature. But the doctor permitted her to wander about the laboratory. She was quite harmless and, at times, even amusing.
Charming, isn't she? Did you want something?
Mrs. March is waiting for you. The girls have arrived.
Now put away your mime and come upstairs.
She doesn't have a brain. Might be advantages.
No. Sexist pig all of a sudden.
I want them examined immediately.
Very well. This way.
Turn your head to the left. Cough.
Victor, the doctor can conduct the examination perfectly. What an old spoiled sport I am. Have you disconnected the phone? Can't I depend on you for anything? Won't it be nice when those girls start calling police, employment agencies, immigration authorities, consulates?
There will be no phone calls.
No, there shall be no phone calls.
Idiot. She's useless.
There is one more test I should make.
Do anything you want with her. The other two?
Perfect medical specimens. All right, Anita. Get dressed now and wait for the others.
Yes, the Mexican woman is inherently ugly and hideous. You can do whatever you want with that. No, that's just a neighborhood orc. Don't mind him.
Mrs. March, I am now giving you notice. I do not care to work in this house any longer. I demand that...
You have signed an agreement. If you have any objection, you will discuss them with the immigration authorities as provided for in your papers.
But Mrs. March...
Later.
Later.
I've got the same measurements as Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my.
The lucky girl.
Yeah?
Allow me to be the first to offer congratulations. To both of you.
Eh?
For me?
Unless her really thick fake accent kind of died off rather fast.
Come on. Come on.
Put you in the cheap seats. Come here. Come
Your room
on.
is in the basement, Anita. Nina, your room is upstairs, right across from the top of the stairs. I'll have to show you.
I'll have to take you to the kill floor. Trying to be Hitchcockian now, huh? Going down, down, down.
I think it will be lonesome down there.
Nonsense. You'll be all right. Go on.
Go on, we're only going to club you over the head. Oh, by the way, while we're heading down the stairs, smell this rag for me. Does it smell like chloroform? The phone's dead. And before you know it, the driver will either be dead or missing. They removed all the distributor caps. do. Drain the sitz bath. Let's flicker more lights at this random object. Make it look sciencey. This man here really wanted to be Tor Johnson, but got edged out of every good and god-awful role. Bum, bum, bum.
Who is it?
Well, that was horrifying, the close-up of a mouth.
Are you sure she's not in her room?
Yes. Victor left a little while ago. Maybe she went with him. She didn't get out of this prison without permission, that's for sure.
Yes. But you would have said goodbye.
Why should she? We only met her yesterday. I don't blame her for not wanting to sleep in the basement.
Oh. It's funny, though. Mrs. March wouldn't even listen when I asked to be dismissed. This house gives me the creeps. She doesn't even have any uniforms for us.
See, what in the world do you think you're doing?
You told us last night to clean and polish in here.
Look at your hands. That will leave a stain on them. Now don't argue. Go in and wash them immediately. You can put the things away after Nina cleans them.
Mrs. March, where is Anita?
Anita? Oh. She left. Last night.
I would like to give notice.
She's now on a farm.
I will discuss it with you another time.
Yes, she's now on a farm. Will she be happy for the rest of her life? Watch yourself or you'll join it too. Test of the audience's patience, and how nice of it to spit up little circle rings for no particular reason.
Nina! Nina! Come here this instant!
Yes, Mrs. March?
Your name isn't Nina.
But Mrs. March, she's got polish all over her hands and I'm not doing anything.
I don't want you running up and down stairs.
I'm being a creepy, weird old lady.
Will get ugly muscles. Send Nina to me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be in my room.
Bee, come with me. I want to show you something. Anita wouldn't leave without taking her clothes.
I think we'd better get out of here, fast.
Bee, I'd hate to go if she's still here.
You'll go now if you go with me.
Yeah, wow. I didn't realize we were actually this far into the movie. We're actually almost about the halfway mark here. Which means they're about to be bumping into all kinds of zaniness of some sort. Alfred Hitchcock. Oh no, wait, never mind. What's my movie featured?
One last experiment before Dr. Frank would be ready. But this was the most critical of all the experiments. For the first time, the grafting operation would be performed on a living human body, and the brain would come from the doctor's favorite cat. Anita was ready.
And the music was drilling.
It's me, Nina.
What about your clothes?
Never mind, let's go. Bea, she almost saw us. Let's wait a while to make sure we won't run into her.
Let's wait for her to very slowly go down the stairs so we won't bump into her. While we try to make a run for it. I think the music guy is trying to troll the old woman. Going down the stairs very slowly. Dear God, please hurry up the pace. God, they're trying to troll this poor old woman harder than they did the actual goblin/troll thing from that wannabe troll/Ator movie. They keep going back to that thing too for some reason. Ding! Suspense! I believe the musician is trying to tell us that we should be very afraid. She's messing around with a small piece of something on the ground. The old woman's blind and deaf. Of everything else.
Bea!
Bea!
Bea?
Let's go up the stairs very, very, very slowly. Look at the mindless woman again. Yay. I believe the brain damage experiment number 2 is about to escape out the front door. And thanks to the silly gown you left her in, she's gonna look like a bride of Dracula. Hence another reference to the silly vampire stuff they mentioned at the beginning of the movie.
Bea, where are you? Answer me!
Answer me! I'm in the giant house!
I'm here, Mrs. March. She's locked us in. Open it. I said open it. Mrs. March.
I should not listen to your dubbing. Keep slowing down in the same spot.
Victor! Victor!
Yeah. Yes, dear, I'm coming, dear. God.
Well, you took long enough.
The lawyer will see you in the morning. I told him you were going to change your will.
You'll have to check the basement door. It broke loose.
See you in the morning. Now the Mexican woman has been driven insane.
You failed.
Failed, you say?
She thinks she's a cat.
Nice, kitty.
Nice animal dub.
Well, I see you still resent the way Mrs. Marsh treats you. I can't say that I blame you. Kitty's always been very fond of me, haven't you?
Does she have all the instincts of a cat?
Watch.
She ate it.
Well, yeah. Meanwhile, Bride of Dracula is out prancing in the field. Well, prancing, I guess, would be too fancy a word. She's out, slowly walking. God, things move slowly in this movie.
B. Is that Anita?
Where? Oh, I don't think so.
Break somebody's harpsichord right about now. Well, Experiment 2 is about to be mauled by Experiment 1.
Look out! Somebody help her.
Orc, no! The orc chewed up the poor little girl, no!
Back, Hans. Back.
Played it and then reversed it instantly. What the hell?
Hans. Hans.
Ah, the orc is named Hans. How unoriginal.
I still think you should have locked them up.
They're not about to leave this house after what they've witnessed. They know Hans is outside there.
Not to mention, psychotic loons only lock people up. Well, that explains you, old lady.
Even if we could get past that creature outside, there's still the electric fence. The phones
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
If we could get the car.
The car.
Victor! Victor! He likes me, I guess.
If you could get the keys from him.
B. I was having a little nightcap.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are, pinching me?
What?
Maybe you'd like some company. Someone like me? That's more like it. Don't you like me, Victor?
Whoa. Easy, Grandpa.
Wait.
Wait, I have an idea.
Hans is chained. Let's go outside.
Outside? I think I'd like that.
The 1950s. Horrible outfits and rapid sexism.
Victor! Victor!
Oh, just when I was about ready to get necking. And prepare yourselves, folks, for something that could have been easily avoided.
Anita! What are you doing up there? Anita, what's the matter with you?
Lady,
Don't you know me?
isn't it obvious that you
Anita,
probably shouldn't be
listen
bothering
to
with
me.
this? Seriously? I remember what the wound looks like when they show it. Seriously, all it took was a minor scratch from a crazy Spanish lady hanging around like a cat, and that equals nasty gouges out of people's faces. I thought this movie got ridiculous at points, but good grief.
Anita. Stay right there. Don't move. I'm coming.
People going places since I have a house. Oh, good grief. I know this is supposed to be suspenseful and all, but I just can't help but to be feeling mildly bored by all this. Well, now you know how the entire set and crew got up here.
Anita. Anita, let me help you.
She doesn't even have nails. I'll poke you with my fingers. I'll make a gouge out of your face.
Anita, wait. Take my hand.
The completely dim-witted, clueless woman. The aggressive way she obviously doesn't care for you, and the strange noises she's making ever hint to you that you should probably not bother with her. Followed all the grace of a cat.
Astonishingly complex, isn't it? The human eye.
Dr. Crane? Pete?
She's unconscious, but she'll live.
No.
She will live.
Well, Anita won't. She's dead.
Nina, dear, come along with us now.
I'm going to be creepy and old with you.
Get out of here, both of you. You stay with me.
Well, I saved the brain.
Why don't you do something for her?
I've done what I can for now. Later, an operation might be possible. I'm preserving the eye. Let me show you. Come over here.
Over here.
The cellular structure is being kept alive by these electrical vibrations. I use the same principle in keeping that hand alive. Dee is a very lucky girl. You think that ironical? Let me explain. I'm the only man alive today capable of restoring your
I think
sight.
you skipped over one of her lines.
Dr. Alexis Carrel, who pioneered the transplanting of vital human organs, kept a portion of an animal's heart alive for many years. For this, he received the Nobel Prize. And I, who have so far surpassed his efforts.
Surely you don't want to compare yourself with Dr. Carrel. He was humane.
I, too, fight to preserve life and to find the means to improve the lives of future generations. Your viewpoint is that narrow, ignorant one, held by the medical society today, which forces me to work in a place like this, to give in to the whims of a foolish old woman, because she can supply me with the funds I need to continue my work.
I compare myself to a Nazi in the worst kind of way.
Nina? Yes, please. I can't see. What? Your eyes are bandaged. Nothing happened. Don't think about it now. Listen to me, Bee. Are you listening? This is important. Yes. We must be ready if a chance comes. I remember now. It was Anita. She... Oh, my eye! My eye!
Better leave. Give this chance to take effect. I'm a doctor. I'll take care of her.
I'm sure you will take excellent care of her until your plans call for something else. Or am I to be the next one, Doctor?
Or am I to be the next one?
There.
You got all the clothes
Yes,
and made my hair appointment?
I took care of everything on your list while you were talking with the lawyer. Hair appointment Monday, 10 a.m. Charles of the Ritz, under Nina's name.
I'll want Nina to model these later, after I've rested. You tell her.
You tell her.
They're back. I'll have to leave you now. Remember, I'm going to try to get us out of here tonight.
No. Forget about me. I won't go.
B.
I want to be seen with a cheap, ugly prosthetic later. Meanwhile, as the crickets chirp.
Mrs. March had not realized her new body had such a satisfactory shape. Perhaps not as spectacular as the English girl, but in excellent taste. She couldn't help being amused. The stupid girl was not only modeling Mrs. March's future wardrobe, but Mrs. March's future body. So firm, so nicely rounded in places manlike.
Oh yes, I'm not a creepy narrator at all.
You might have knocked when you came in, Victor.
I'm sorry. Don't stop your style show on my account.
Does my aged Lochinvar disturb you?
Betty, that's unkind.
Shut up. You see, it's hard for a vain, stupid man to realize that he holds no attraction for a lovely young girl. You're not needed now, Victor. Close the door quietly when you go out.
I'm not going to be needed at all. That's what you're saying, isn't it? After tomorrow, when...
Victor! That's enough. Get out.
That's the way it's going to be when what?
Don't ask tiresome questions. That will be enough for tonight. I want us both to get some rest. Try to sleep.
Because I'm a creepy old lady.
That's an order. Do as I say.
Oh, sweet booze. Get me to thinking, sweet booze. I need you now. My only friend in the world after crazy old bat leaves me. Oh, hello.
You're not looking for me, are you? Why would a pretty young girl want to be around an old man?
What did you try to tell Mrs. March?
So that's what you plan to do. Get rid of old Victor once you get all that money. The only thing is, of course, it won't really be you.
Victor, please tell me. Try to make sense.
I am telling you. Tomorrow you'll be one of the richest women in the world. There's a press release. It's in the mails now. To all the major news syndicates.
Orphan girl, sole heir to March millions. Nina Rhodes has a lucky star. I don't understand.
The next press release will be March Mansion destroyed by fire. Cinderella girl, Nina Rhodes, sole survivor. Only it won't be you. It's a pity, too. You're nice the way you are.
And I'm drunk the way I am.
Please don't let it happen. You could help me and B get away.
When you're a rich woman, you wouldn't forget an old friend. A friend who'd saved your life, would you?
That's a tempting opposition. Here,
out of the
let
car.
me.
Stay there.
Victor, V too. V must come too.
Wait a minute. Just to make sure.
She's in another dimension.
Sign this.
Sign this. Sign this thing that we cannot read.
Hurry.
Apparently he tried to get her to sign for a certain percentage of the money or something. Try to backstab my plans, will you? Me. Well, I don't see where anything could go wrong. I'm just gonna prepare me some more gun. It's very important that I try to stay alive now with my big nose and all, and my beefy lip, and oh no, for another dimension. Ooh. You'll believe that Aunt B can commit murder. Where's all the blood? Now she's got a silly look on his face with no blood.
Please, you've got to come with me. No, I won't go. Why should I want to go on living like this?
I just want to go on living like this.
And we will carry you.
It's not so horrific side of a man that's not really looking
Want
dead.
something from Victor, dear? Sit down, my dear. I'm afraid you're wearing yourself out with all this rushing round. I don't like that.
You realize she's mad, don't you, Dr. Frank?
Relax.
Hurry.
Smell this. Does it smell like chloroform? I do believe it does.
I'll be ready for you shortly, Mrs. March.
I'll be waiting. It's finally about to happen.
It'll be a pinch.
You don't know what it's been like for me.
Oh, lo is me, a crazy old bat who never learned to love. Oh.
Knowing that any attention I received was not for me, but my money.
Well, it'd help if you weren't a stingy, grumpy, hateful woman.
I've never known what it was like to be loved.
To be loved.
Myself alone.
Why did you kill Victor, Mrs. March?
Victor? Victor was a fool. I'm a practical woman, Dr. Frank. A business woman.
I've never been a very practical person. I suppose that makes me a fool, too, in your eyes.
Of course not.
Relax, Mrs. March. Just relax. Relax.
Just relax. You're going to be seeing nothing but darkness, and you're going to wake up in something that you didn't want to be in. Trust me. But it's going to amuse me greatly. How do they think they would keep this all away from the Mexican woman once really practically next door, and she can hear a lot of the machines going off?
I want to talk to you.
Yes, I want to talk to you. That's why I only gave you the light chloroforming.
You signed a paper making Victor your legal guardian. That's right, isn't it?
I did something, didn't I?
That would probably work as well for me. We could stay here. None of this would have to be destroyed. Breathing better, aren't you? Why don't you try it on your own? wonder now if Mrs. March didn't intend blowing me up, along with all the rest of this.
I do wonder.
You're a very wealthy woman now, Nina. What I must decide is how to keep you and your funds available with the least amount of nuisance to myself. I could keep you under sedation until your signature was required. Or I could replace your brain with one more amenable.
What about Mrs. March, Doctor?
Mrs. March no longer has a thing to say. Do you, my dear?
I think Kat's kind of got her brain. Oh!
Completely recovered, I'd say. How do you feel?
Even though I was not actually bit.
I guess a transplant would be better. It won't hurt.
But I'm going to get myself killed anyways, so be back in a bit.
Dr. Frank had enjoyed this transplantation. Mrs. March's brain winding up in the body of a cat. Poetic justice to think of autocratic Mrs. March scavenging in back-alley garbage cans for her dinner.
Yes, put the rich woman in a hellish hellhole just made for her.
But Mrs. March doesn't take things lying down.
She's gonna be stuck as a cat, then she'll nuke you all. No, the flimsy door, let me out, huh? The old man was the first to die. Again, how were they supposed to keep this a secret from the Mexican woman when she was supposed to be in the same room? And how is she supposed to get around? You icky prosthetic. He's kind of melted away, haha. Yes, the flashing lights hurt your non-existent eye. My eye! That was very silly and pointless, and now she's completely dead for it. I would get out of there. The radiation's probably leaking by this point. Get the big lights out. Oh, and they're burning the model.
Mrs. March did not intend to let her money get out of sight. She would follow that girl. Sometime, someplace, revenge would come.
Except for the fact that, you know, it's a cat, and the cat will never be able to completely follow her everywhere. I'm pretty sure it'll die before it even gets a chance to actually do anything. Especially if it stays around too long for the nuclear fallout. Hi, Joseph. We blame you for most of this. We also, blame Jack there, who also finished the rest of the directing for you after you got fired from your job. I assume that Jack there did a lot of the final touches for the different dimensions attacking one another. But yes, this was, I believe, supposed to release in 1958. The movie itself did not release until 1964. Also, I believe the movie in its entirety was shot in about 10 days, and it kind of shows.
Sorry about that. As I was saying, one of the three gals, I believe, that was brought in to Mrs. Marsh's place this was actually her last movie. She did at least, I want to say, 4 or 5 movies before this. Yeah, it's kind of a sign why she doesn't continue acting, don't you agree? But yeah, it's cheesy, it's cornball. But there have been worse things out there. It's just really tediously boring is the biggest problem with it. So, yeah. But that's that, and that is Monstrosity, otherwise known as the Atomic Brain. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all come join us for the next episode of Matt Watches. See you next time.